This is the WWE NXT February 11, 2025 full show results video. The show started with a match between Bayley vs Cora Jade. Right in the action, mounted punches from Bayley set up a few forearms as Jade scrambles away and makes it to the floor. Corner turnbuckle dropkick gets Bayley back in control, bouncing Jade's face off the announce desk and throwing her back inside, cover for 2. Bayley goes up top, her old music plays for the distraction and Roxanne Perez comes down dressed like side pony tube men Bayley. Bayley drops the elbow and goes to confront Roxanne, Cora follows out after and pulls her over for a DDT, second DDT in the ring, and Cora Jade defeated Bayley by pinfall. We see Ava Raine whisper something in Julia's ear backstage and Ava comes to the stage to congratulate Cora for her biggest win so far and adds her to the title match at NXT Vengeance Day this Saturday. Bayley recovers and shoves Perez into Jade before dropping Roxanne with a Bayley to belly. Backstage, Sol Ruca talks with Zarya and wants to take her to the beach and Nikita Lyons has a snide comment and tries to say one victory doesn't a team make and suggests Zarya is being held back by Sol but Zarya isn't having it and they end up making a match for later tonight. Oba Femi makes his entrance and gets on the mic and he talks about his title defense against Austin Theory and Grayson Waller on Saturday and is real about it. It's a handicap match of him fighting A-Town Down Under. They think they're gonna gang up and get rid of the ruler, and then what? Their egos will be their greatest downfall, and when it's all said and done, it's every man for himself. Then comes A-Town Down Under and Austin Theory gets on the mic and makes the case for Grayson Waller being the backbone of modern NXT and says Waller's gonna help him win the title. Grayson makes the case for Austin but damns him with faint praise and says he's gonna ride shotgun with the new NXT champion and Oba points out that they just said they're both going to be NXT champion. Waller ignores that and makes the case for how much the title means and what he's willing to do to hold it. Theory talks about his United States Championship and Grayson cuts him off to say he's gonna bring up beating John Cena and everybody knows. Waller talks about being the guy to retrieve the tag titles and claims Austin should be thanking him for saving his career. Things break down between A-Town Down Under, a shoving match breaks out, Waller ends up attacking Oba and they get back on the same page and wallop Oba. Fireman's carry from Austin and he hits A-Town down to set up Grayson with the Rolling Thunder Stunner to leave the champion laying. Eddie Thorpe gets a video package where he talks about trying to do the right thing and getting disregarded and screwed over and now vengeance is all that he seeks and he'll leave his mark one way or the other and challenge Trick Williams at Vengeance Day for a strap match. Back from the commercial, we get a recap of the various abuses that All Ego Ethan Page has subjected J. Yvonne Evans to and we get a promo from a doctor clearing Evans for the match on Saturday. J. Yvonne is in Ava Raine's office and shrugs off her concerns about what the doctor said about him being at risk for permanent injury. But he insists that he's cleared and he wants to go. Ava passes him a waiver ensuring WWE will not be held liable for anything that happens to him and begs him to take his time and think about it and he takes about 5 seconds and signs it. The next match happened between Hank and Tank vs Josh Briggs and Yashiki and Amira vs No Quarter Catch Crew, and the result of this match was Josh Briggs and Yashiki and Amira won the match by pinfall when Hank goes up top, dives, nobody home, in Amira legal, Briggs with a huge lariat, Yashiki gets a head of steam bouncing on the top rope, and hits a diving splash on Hank Walker. Post-match, Fraxium congratulate Briggs and Amira on their win and confirm that they've got the tag title match they asked for and they'll see them at Vengeance Day. Back from the commercial we're backstage with the D'Angelo family and Stax apologizes for the way he's been lately and says the pressure has got to him. Tony D'Angelo says he's got a cage match and that means he has to go it alone and he's good, just forget about it. The next match happened between JDC vs Lexus King for the NXT Heritage Cup, and the result of this match was Lexus King defeated JDC by pinfall with Coronation hung off the top turnbuckle, retaining the NXT Heritage Cup. Bayley and Roxanne Perez bicker in Ava Raine's office, Perez claiming she's gonna win on Saturday. Cora Jade rolls up, she says she's gonna win because after all Roxanne said it was her turn now, right? She leaves and Perez mutters gloweringly about the whole exchange. Back from the commercial, Kalani Jordan rolls up on Fatal Influence and demands a title shot if Fallon Henley is still champion after Saturday. They say she's already had her rematch, she claims Henley hasn't met this version of her. Jada Parker rolls up to disagree and make her case, and Ashante the Adonis appears to point out that Carmen Petrovich has wins over both of them so if anybody has the next shot it should be her. Henley seizes that moment and tells them to figure it out amongst themselves and she walks on through. The next match happened between Nikita Lyons vs Zarya, and the result of this match was Zarya defeated Nikita Lyons by pinfall with the F5. We get a promo from All Ego Ethan Page, and he's not surprised J-Von Evans got cleared because he leads with his heart and not his head. He's got a long career ahead of him, title reigns, maybe even the face of WWE, but he can't help himself and he's willing to risk it all just to get his hands on All Ego. $1 million smile, 10-cent brain, and he says what's about to happen to Evans is not his fault, because there's a giant bullseye on his jaw and this time he's gonna shatter it. Back from the commercial, Trick Williams is interviewed on the balcony and he accepts Eddie Thorpe's challenge for a strap match at Vengeance Day and says he's gonna have to look him in the eye man-to-man and then he's gonna whoop that ass. Absolute Ricky Starks is here in the crowd and he's got a microphone. Ricky Starks' chants go up and he says it's obvious people know who he is and NXT is the future of wrestling and he is the superstar of the future. This is the hottest brand and he's the hottest free agent, baby. Don't let the handsome face and the fragrance fool you, he's here to turn this place upside down. When will the revolution be televised? Well, he's here, ain't he? Julia and Stephanie Baker wish each other luck at Vengeance Day backstage and Ridge Holland walks past on his way to the main event. In the main event of the show, we saw a match between Ridge Holland versus Tony D'Angelo for the NXT North American Championship. We see that Izzi Dame is at ringside and she tries to slide the crowbar in the ring but Stax cuts her off. She talks him into sliding it in the ring and Holland and D'Angelo get hands on it at the same time. Ridge wins the fight and spikes Tony with the crowbar. Fired up, charging in, crowbar-assisted lariat, but the Don kicks out somehow, then Tony whacks him with the crowbar and gets him up, and hits the spinebuster to defeat Ridge Holland by pinfall, and retain the NXT North American Championship. After the match, the D'Angelo family looks to join D'Angelo in the ring. Holland then pushes them out of the way and brawls with them to the back as Dame and Adriana Rizzo check on D'Angelo back inside the ring. Shawn Spears, Brooks Jensen and Nico Vance then appear at ringside as Dame helps up D'Angelo. Dame then hits D'Angelo in the knee with the crowbar as Spears, Jensen and Vance enter the cage. Dame then hits Rizzo with the chokeslam as Vance locks the steel cage, then delivers some stomps on D'Angelo with Jensen. Spears then repeatedly hits D'Angelo with a chair and Jensen hits Stax with a chair through the side of the cage. Spears then sends D'Angelo crashing into the mat off the ropes, then stands tall with Dame, Jensen, and Vance as Stax and Cruzafino are helpless from the outside. D'Angelo and Rizzo are laid out in the cage and the show comes to a close. We're short on time so we get a hype reel for Vengeance Day and then we get a cut in from the new stable and see 4 distinctive skull masks. How much you would rate this week's NXT show? What do you think on Ricky Starks' arrival in NXT? I didn't think that he would arrive so early in WWE, especially releasing by AEW yesterday. What's your opinion on Izzi Dame's betrayal to D'Angelo family in joining Shawn Spears? Let me know in the comments please. If you like this video, then please subscribe the channel for more updates and news, like the video, and thanks for watching.